Yo, yo, what's going down? Hope all is well. You know, I'm gonna jump into this situation right here. I'm gonna jump into this situation right here. I'm gonna try to keep it clean because I don't want them, you know, bothering my videos when I post them due to the language and things of that nature. But I think it's appropriate that I just give my perspective, because I see a lot of people, a lot of the hypocrisies and things of that nature. And it's cool. Everybody gonna have their beliefs. That's fine. Um, I did a lot of research recently on this particular topic, and to be 100% honest with you, I I have to say that you know, uh, knowing the culture of going to massage parlors, right? I have a hard time not believing some of the stuff that I read. But I want y'all to know some of y'all boyfriends and husbands is doing the same thing. That's not making it okay. But this whole go to the massage rub and tug type of situation is not nothing brand new. That is nothing new. All right. In fact, if y'all recall, the owner of the New England Patriots also got himself in a situation similar to this. Now, you're not going to sit here and tell me that when one person, look, if you're going to frequent these situations and a person sees somebody trying to take action, you better believe other people who feel like they can jump in and get some dough, they're going to try to get in there like swimwear. So let's not make it seem like the number of cases is what matter. Because we know people out of the woodworks that nothing but he came to this spot, so I'm going to get in, see if something happened. I might be able to get me a check. But let's not make it seem like people don't do that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody understand that. But so what are we talking about here? You know, what are we talking about here? We talking about the fact that this man may or may not have pushed the line, flirted with the line with doing some inappropriate things that a person wasn't down with doing, or trying to entice that person into doing some things that they didn't want to do. Give them a little motivation. And that's wrong. That's 100% wrong. Do I think he did it? I don't know. But the thing is, I don't have any proof. And this is where this, for me, gets real complicated because this is not about what I believe. This is not about what you believe. It's about what you can prove. And like Hove said, I thought this was America, people. You remember that? Guilty until proven innocent, huh? That's how we work it, huh? Okay. We can't do that. Okay, because the words that I'm hearing thrown out is allegedly. So let's look at it. Allegation. A claim or assertion that someone has done something illegal or wrong. Typically one made without proof. So before you go crazy, every time y'all use this word when describing this particular situation and you use this word, you are admitting that there's no proof. I'm sorry. It don't matter what people believe. It's about what you can prove. I didn't make the rules. I did not make the rules. Don't come for me because when other people in higher powerful positions, again, I'm going to get into that. These things happen to them. We sweep it under the rug. Well, I don't see the same outcry. I wonder why that is. Don't yeah, whatever. If that subliminal I just threw out there right there, something popped into your head, then maybe that's a real thing. Then maybe that's a real thing. Then. If something popped in your head with, oh, he's going there with this now. If it popped into your head right there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then, and you know that that's a real thing. You know it. Okay, excuse my shirt. My hair is a little wet. I was working out. I'm trying to get my, fit on. In any event, in any event, okay, the next one is perception. I keep hearing perception thrown out here. Okay, let's look into it. Let's look into it. Perception, the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. So here's the thing, these ladies put these allegations out here on this particular quarterback, and it creates a perception to everybody of what kind of person this person is, his character. It gives him a negative view in the people's eyes now. And based on this, the NFL doesn't like it because he's a part of their organization and they care about the perception people have. So, how they handle it and the message they need to send based off allegations. Look at what we're doing here. So, the NFL is going to go for a year-long situation, a year-long suspension, just to give the perception that they actually care about this situation. But we already knew when they put somebody else, when Roger didn't want to make the decision himself and they put a judge in to make this decision, you already knew he didn't want to have to come down and do this himself because he didn't want to face the scrutiny one way or the other. And in this situation, you know that people was going to come for his head because they felt like 6 games was enough. But here's the thing, y'all comparing him to a player who was using PEDs, proven. Y'all comparing him to a player that was caught on camera putting his hands on a female, proven. Y'all comparing him to players who were suspended for deflating footballs, proven. Y'all comparing him to somebody who was caught out here smoking weed, proven. But here, nobody is giving up legitimate proof. And that's the difference here. That's the difference. I have a mother, daughters, sisters. I wouldn't condone this. If he did something reckless to mine, I'll be ready to put paws on homie. So I'm not defending this dude because of I feel like he didn't do anything. I'm just simply saying, with no proof, what is anybody in a position of power that's supposed to punish people in these particular situations supposed to do? That's all I'm saying. And and the fact that my man, you know, pled the fifth out here. And we can't really get mad at that either. Let me tell you why. He 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. My man pled the fifth out here. But listen, this is what dudes is going to do when they know, they facing something they ain't trying to really, handle. But here's the deal. Okay. Daniel Snyder had a situation going on in Washington. He had to step down for a minute while his wife ran the team. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's not forget. Let me put this up here. How is this particular situation any different than this situation's right here? This is what they used. This is how he got 6 games and no fines. But this is a legitimate argument. His lawyer or the Players Association did a good job. They did what they were supposed to do. How is what's going on with this young man right here? Y'all have no proof. So how y'all gonna try to suspend him for a year when Jerry Jones had somebody within his organization do reckless things geared towards the cheerleaders, and they settled for $2 million? Isn't that the same as pleading the fifth in a way? We ain't say, oh, that settling is almost like a passive way of admitting guilty, if you ask me. I mean, unless you just don't want, some people got money to blow. I ain't want to deal with this. I understand that some people out here trying to make a living off of just suing people too. It is people out here doing that. Okay. But I'm just simply saying, how is it when it comes to the players and stuff, we be having different systems in place? Robert Kraft was in Florida, I believe, in a similar kind of situation, and he was charged with soliciting, and it was thrown out because it wasn't the video. The person didn't have consent to be recorded. That seems like a loophole to me, also. But he was actually charged in the beginning. What was the outrage and all of that? Like, it wasn't as vicious, is what I'm saying. Again, because this is my position and I'm looking at this through where's your proof, doesn't mean that I'm disrespecting or I don't care about anybody who is a victim in this particular situation. This is no slight towards you. But I do want you to know that you're not alone. For years on years on years on years on years on years on years, people have been getting away with all kinds of things towards groups of people and getting away with it because the justice system is unfair to people or a lack of evidence and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing personal. I'm just simply saying this is what they would use. This is the same system that they would use. You got to show the proof, or I'm just going to pay you off and I'm going to do these situations. Don't now try to change the rules. I believe it still comes down to big business at the end of the day. You know, unless they really had something substantial to hold this man, I don't think the NFL would have had a problem suspending this man for any amount of time because the NFL will survive without Homie. They don't need him. Just like how everybody was talking all that trash about how both sides was not supporting football no more because they didn't like how the NFL was treating Colin Kaepernick. You think they back by now? You remember when they start putting, support for, whatever cause was going on in the end zones or on helmet, how the other side was like, we ain't supporting football. You see how they back now? Like, come on. Let's stop playing these reindeer games out here. Okay? So, from a business standpoint, I don't think when it's only allegations that it made them still look bad. They still had to go through this. It's still like a little, not a big one, but a little blemish on their image. People will get over it, I'm sure. So because of that, he got 6 games. But I don't really see how he can get anything more than that when it's nothing, it's no proof. You can give a man more than 6 with no proof. I just don't see how you would be able to do that. That's my take on it, you know? But hey, that's highly debatable. Leave your comments. Tell me how you feel. Deuces.